YouTube. Hello, hello, hello. How you guys doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the channel, hoes. All right. I'm going to clear the air. All right, this reading is actually based on channeled messages. For those of you that don't know, this is something that I don't broadcast, that I do often, but you guys see it every single day, the evidence. I'm what's called an automatic writer. Okay. I will sit down, and it is a free association. This is something I learned I could do back maybe when I was 10 or 11 years old, maybe. When you are put into a creative writing class and you are an avid reader already, you're taught to get an idea and put it in the center of your paper, and then to brainstorm in bubbles. It's a thought cluster is what it's called. And that's when I started to realize that I could do automatic writing. So we have passed the minute mark, and I'm going to do my call-in. So welcome in, witches, bitches, twats, and thoughts. This is Black Betty, and I am Karma's right hand. Welcome to the Underdog Ministry. Thank you for joining me. You guys kick ass and take names. So for those of you that are new subscribers, hold out. It starts slow, it gets better. For those of you that are long-term subscribers, you guys are the lifeblood of the channel. Thank you. And give some guidance to the newbies in the comment section. 144 on the timer right there. All right, so this morning's automatic writing, I literally sat down for 5 minutes and got the topic for today's reading, which is misdiagnosed medical professionals using their religious beliefs to like discriminate against patients, I think is what it is. And what I've got is within earshot, nervous wreck, pacing, monopoly, too much stock in something, sucking their teeth, indigestion, carries antacids everywhere, aging rapidly, alcoholic dehydration, misdiagnosed on purpose, malpractice. That is today's automatic writing. So I am going to use that instead of the basket cards, because this is how the cards happen in the basket. I do free association and put them in there instead of in a book. It's more fun. It's random that way. It's not like this day, this thing happened. But I'm showing you another side of how to do something like this for yourself. This could be a writing tool, not necessarily a divination tool. Okay, so it's not evil. Here's another reason. I literally learned this in GATE class. Okay, folks. So I'm gonna leave that over there, and then I'm gonna roll the dice. I hope everybody's having an amazing day, and I'm going to shake it up. So headphone warning. And for those of you that don't know who that is, that's my dad. Somewhere in Nebraska, there is a 18 by 20 stippled portrait of this photo right here. And I did that. I'd love to see that thing again. It would be so cool. It was... I don't know, I did it in 2012 or 2011, way back when. SARS is the first word I see, you guys. S-A-R-S. SARS. It was all right clumped together. Okay, so we all know that it's cold and flu season. Make sure you're hydrated. Make sure you're eating healthy. Make sure you're getting all of your fruits and veggies in there to help support your health. Okay, listen to your doctors. Do what they say. But remember, the best way to support your immune system is to eat healthy nutrients. Drink lots of water and mind your fucking business. It's good for your health. Okay. All right. We've got... really, folks. V-E-G-G-I-E-S. Eat your veggies. Veggies. Eat your veggies. If you have to blend them up or juice them, drink your veggies. If you can't stand or palate the texture, juice. Okay? There's ways to stack nutrients this time of year. Vitamins, are real important, okay? Get your vitamin C and your zinc and all that goodies to help your doctors help you. All right, we've got the name Larry here. You guys remember the show Newhart? I used to watch this shit with my mom, so it's her time period, not even mine. Like, I was a kid. Hello, my name's Daryl. My name's Larry. This is my brother Daryl, and this is my other brother Daryl. Shit. Something about Vermont, a bed and breakfast, a maintenance man, Larry. Okay. FPO, first public offering, FPO. I told you there is something about like money and taxes and shit like that. Something might be going public for its first public offering. It might be IPO, initial public offering. There's also an I on the other side of the F. It could be either or. Taco, really. I'm not touching it, you guys. I promise I will not touch it. Other than Tuesday is for tacos, okay? Just, we're not gonna talk about always chickening out. Sorry, I said I wasn't gonna do that. There is meth here, METH. Somebody's on meth. Oh God, really? That's not good for your health, folks. That is not going to support you going into cold and flu season. Don't do meth. It's bad for your health. All right. Somebody's horny. Horny. Duh. Shit. Somebody's horny. Duh. D-U-H. And then the last letter is W. We're going to throw that back in the can. And then we're going to get a tarot reading for you. Like I said, the automatic writing, what would initially be in the basket as cards, I just sat down and did it this morning for 5 minutes. Within earshot, nervous wreck and pacing, monopoly. Somebody owns too much stock in something for a first public offering. All right? Somebody is sucking their teeth with anxiety. Somebody has indigestion. They carry antacids everywhere. It's always in their pocket. Somebody's aging rapidly from alcoholic dehydration, misdiagnosed on purpose, and malpractice. And then we've got SARS, Larry, veggies, FPO, taco, meth, horny, and duh. All right. I want another deck that I don't have out. Give me just a second to break this one out. There we go. All righty. I want to start with this one today. So how's everybody doing out there? Hope you guys are doing great. Don't forget to drop a comment in the comment section. What time zone are you watching me from? Like what state, what country, what is your zodiac sign, and what's your pet peeves? I want to know what pisses you off. Rant about it in the comment section. It's okay. This isn't exactly a safe space, but it's a tolerant space. We'll call it that. All right, Spirit, give me some cards on these words and the downloads from this morning. 10 of Swords, ultimate betrayal, mental breakdown, ruin, failure, bitterness, exhaustion, collapse, and deep wounds. Somebody has been irreparably damaged by the medical system here. This could be the entire country. This might not be just for one person. This could be a collective energy, okay? Can you still see that up there? I'm trying to find the... There we go. All right. Ultimate betrayal. Somebody might have like had a mental breakdown. The Fool. Free spirit, adventure, fresh beginnings, innocence. Somebody is innocent. Somebody was set up. They were misdiagnosed on purpose because of their... somebody thought they were stupid. Somebody thought they were simple. Donna Shumway, OC, yeah, Oklahoma. I like your answer. I like your answer. Putting on social platform behind your back. And what? Who is doing that to you, hun? I'm sorry that's happening to you. We've got judgment here. So these people thought that you were simple and they were going to call judgment on your life. They were going to misdiagnose you. You were too stupid to know the difference. Two of Swords. Emotional detachment, indecision, hesitancy, anxiety. There's that nervous wreck pacing the floor. Too much information. Somebody has too much stock in something, right? Mental turmoil, mental breakdown. Somebody was heavily invested in creating a situation where you looked incapable of taking care of yourself. But you are consistent, you're practical, you're reliable, you do things the right way, you're patient, you're definitely stubborn. You might have a little bit of an asshole tendency towards you of your own. Like you might bow your neck. You're very determined, but you are responsible. Okay? So you are exactly the opposite of the way you are characterized here. We've got the Hermit, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Nine of Wands, Five of Pentacles in the reverse. See, you're way too self-aware, way too introspective, way too spiritual, and way too much of a light in the dark to be the way that you're characterized. And I'm hearing specifically on this card, lack of planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on mine. I think the way you are characterized has somebody up a creek. Poor planning. Somebody didn't expect you to stand up for yourself or be such, I'm hearing a Timex. You take a licking, but you keep on ticking. You can't be beat down too much. You're resilient. You're just about to break through to some sort of success. You have courage. You're persistent. You have perseverance. You have stamina. You stood your ground. You've stood a test of faith when you were under judgment by humans. And God backed you. And you're about to find some sort of forgiveness. Or they're going to ask you for forgiveness. Okay, these are people who literally use their faith to judge you, to betray you, to misdiagnose you. And the fact that you're so self-aware, so responsible, so spiritually enlightened and contemplative, like you think about things. Okay, you actually are more of a guide to others than you are the problem here. These people missed their opportunity, missed their shot. Lack of planning on their part does not constitute an emergency on yours. Your resilience it has no bearing on what other people are going through. It's not your fault that you can get through some shit because you take a licking and keep on ticking. You just keep putting one foot in front of the other. And that's how it's like it's how all of the mischaracterization and the misdiagnosis is turning now into malpractice, okay? This was intentional. This was a religious judgment here. This is a judgment on your mental capability and your character. They made you look simple, like you were unable to be responsible for yourself. AKA, the misdiagnosis is that you can't take care of your own affairs here. All right? Things are about to change positively because you have overcome all of this adversity by being resilient. And these people do not want you to win. They don't want you to complete this cycle. Keep slowing you down, creating delays. They don't want you to be able to travel. They want to be able to contain your care within their control. These are people sending you to the wrong place on purpose, giving you the wrong diagnosis, wrong medications, saying maybe you have a meth addiction, saying that maybe you have SARS or some shit like that. These people have really mischaracterized you. They have put shit on your medical record they didn't think you'd know about. They thought you were too stupid to get it. You were too simple. You weren't supposed to live through it. The very first card was the Ten of Swords in the reverse. You aren't even supposed to be breathing, my friend. But you must eat your veggies. Okay? And stay away from the meth. I think you might live a clean lifestyle here. This hermit, you're very self-aware. You take care of yourself. You take care of your own spiritual needs. You are led by your spiritual beacon. Like you follow a specific pathway for yourself. And it's a lonely one because nobody wants to walk that. Not necessarily. It's for you. You're misunderstood in a big way. So you have been misdiagnosed on purpose because of these people and the way that they want to judge you and characterize you through their own religious lens. They're calling down the judgment of God on you. Okay? Like, this is the kind of person that thinks that people who are in certain types of relationships, and insert your type here because all atypical relationships fall under this bubble. If you don't believe in our religious beliefs, then what you do is sinning, and what we do is righteous. What we do to you is in the name of God. The Christians who crucified the Jew, Jesus Christ, did the same thing. Just saying. And then they realized after it was too late what they had done. I think that's what's happening here. I think that this group of medical professionals that misdiagnosed you on purpose has turned into intentional, willful malpractice. Somebody owns too much stock in something, possibly in one of these medical conglomerates here. Death. You were supposed to die. That's clarifying the Ten of Swords. You're supposed to die. You aren't supposed to be here, but here you are, living, breathing, fussing and fighting, cussing, mad about this shit. Okay? Whoever is involved in this is sick to their stomach. They keep showing up to work, but they're super nervous, okay? Their nervous tick is sucking their teeth. Okay? They're doing that constantly because they're sucking the antacids out of their teeth. All the chalky shit, they're chewing Rolaids or Tums constantly. This person is snapping at people. This person's losing their temper. They're acting out of character. This person is secretly on meth. They don't want people to know. Message. So this is somebody or a group of people, somebody within this group of people that is hiding their own drug use. Okay? And trying to say that you're the one that's got the problem here. Misdiagnosing you on purpose to take the attention off of their own addiction? Psychic. Ding, 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 ding. Light bulb. These people mischaracterize you as mentally ill because you have gifts. You pinned the fact that somebody was a drug user. I think you picked it up real quick. I think you said something to somebody too, and I think that they made your life hell. Veiled in reverse, and it's being revealed right now because you're seeing through the veil in this hermit energy. Release. A release of information, a release of records. Somebody's released your records or taken your records, cut and run with your records. It's being kept secret. This person that did this is somebody within this group of people that misdiagnosed you. This one person is like playing in your records, transforming it. They're swapping your stuff out with their like employment drug screening. I don't know why they're doing that. I mean, that's risky. What if somebody does more drugs than you? Seriously. What if you're switching out with one of your patients and they have like partied hard? What if they went to fucking Cancun for the last 2 weeks? What if they're out there in international waters, drinking, smoking, eating every pill, snorting coke, doing all the Molly they can do? And you switch your stuff at work because you don't want anybody to know you're a tweaker. We've got magic here. So there is an illusion, there is manipulation, and to try and force an outcome to somebody else's will. I am not getting black magic off of this, but I am getting somebody that is trying to alter an outcome to their benefit. This is not like baneful magic. This is somebody that's trying to do something for personal gain. To get out of trouble, to keep their job, basically. It's basically somebody's doing this for money in the long run, energetically. We've got water here. So, somebody's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, emotions, somebody having to actually give some sort of fluids, okay? Urine tox, a blood tox, saliva, any kind of fluid, okay? This person tried to swap all this, or tried to swap something out so they didn't test positive for meth. Okay, growth. Oh, okay. This is going to be bad for this person because whoever they swapped out with actually has some sort of metabolic growth, a tumor, a cyst, some sort of pituitary issue. I'm getting human growth hormone. Okay, I'm not a doctor. I'm not able to diagnose any of this stuff. I read shit tons of books for decades now. Okay, that's where all of my information comes from. Funny where you learn it in school is the books too, but I digress. Somebody here is got some sort of issue and they swapped out their test results to keep their job with a patient's test results. This patient's going to have some more stuff in their system than drugs. It's going to be some sort of metabolic issue, and then all of a sudden this employee is going to have to go through all of this shit that isn't for them to be treated, instead of just admitting that they switched these tests. There's some malpractice here, majorly. They tried to get out of a drug test and the patient got misdiagnosed on purpose, and somebody's been working to cover this up the entire time. They've been digging, they've been trying to cover their tracks, they've been trying to figure out how to get out of this situation, how to swap the results back, how to make it disappear from the file, anything, but they've screwed somebody's life over. That's why this person has such bad indigestion. Page of Cups in the reverse. Nervous wreck. This person is terrified. They are in their like Fight or flight mode. This person doesn't want to face what they've done. This person doesn't want to face what they've done. Nine of Swords. Okay? They don't want to face the monster that they are. They might be fighting meth monsters at night. Right? This person might have been up so long they're seeing shit, watching the shower curtains breathe. That happened to me once when I was like 19. I remember that. Seriously, meth monsters are a real thing. So whoever this person is, all they were trying to do is cover their dirty UA so they could keep their job, and ended up being diagnosed with somebody else's metabolic disorder. And that person has been misdiagnosed as totally healthy, but being a meth addict or an alcoholic or some shit like that because their U-tox came up dirty. The moon, right on top of psychic. Somebody can see through the illusion. Somebody is very connected to what is behind the scenes. Somebody can pick up on energetic currents, okay? They can hear stuff in the background, within earshot. Somebody's picking up little bits and pieces of what really went on here, how they really tried to victimize you. There's that Nine of Wands in the reverse. Yes, Justin Bayless, I'm still standing. Yes, yes, yes. Better than I've ever been. Standing like a true survivor. Feeling like a little kid. Yes. Nine of Wands in the reverse. You're standing up to this bullying, or you're standing up to whoever this is scared this person shitless. They're a nervous wreck. Nervous wreck. This person is following other people around, other providers around, trying to figure out how to get this shit swapped out of this other person's record because they're setting them up to be misdiagnosed on purpose, or have already done this and are trying to clean it up, right? This person has their own drug problem and they just they're going to get cut loose. They're going to get released. They might get fired from their job. It's going to be transformative for this person, okay? They need this shock in their life. Evidently, whatever was misdiagnosed towards this person, they've really screwed somebody else's life up that needed the diagnosis so they could actually be treated. That is called malpractice, especially when it's done on purpose to take somebody down because somebody else is covering up their reckless choices. Queen of Cups. All right, so here's the deal. I'm actually getting, if this person is forthright about whatever they've done here, I believe if they go to a counselor and they admit that they've got a problem, they admit that they need help, they go to rehab, they get some treatment, they go to see the fucking lady. Queen of Cups is on the bottom of the first deck also. Okay? They need to go to see the lady. They need some help. This person needs to go to counseling. They need to get some drug rehab. They might be able to keep their job later on down the line. Right now, it's all negative feelings towards this person. All the negative emotions and the anger that this meth addiction has created, and the meth monsters, and this person keeping secrets and trying to swap records. This has been going on for so long. Okay? This person feels irredeemable. I don't think that they might have many friends or family left. They don't have a house left. Four of Wands in the reverse. This person might have lost their marriage and their home to this addiction. They might be completely on their own and have to stand on their own 2 feet and take accountability for what they have done to a patient here. This person needs to recover. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Person needs help recovering. because of what was done by the medical professionals who wanted to judge you based on their, I don't know, their religious standards. So you were the perfect patsy to, I don't know, blame for this person's addiction so they could keep their job. Really? Swap out the Utox for somebody that obviously does not consume what is in the Utox, because they've had recent blood work that would have shown up in as well, and it doesn't match up. Trust. Ask, listen, allow. Here's the deal. There are other care providers. You see that heart like this? There's other people in this care team that you can trust. There's other people that saw this. There's other people that know this background story. There's other people that have been within earshot to get the details of what this person did. There's other people that see this person's pacing. They understand that this person's way too invested in your one case, that monopoly, too much stock in something. They're paying way too much attention to one patient's records. This person's walking around sucking their teeth constantly. They carry antacids. They're nervous, nervous, nervous. They always have heartburn. They go home, they drink, they don't drink enough water. Their skin, they look 10 years older than they are. This person might look 45 and they're really like 30. This person might look 60 and they're 40. Okay? This person is doing everything to drown their sorrows. And there are people in the care team that do know the truth. Mission accomplished. Welcome home. There's people that do know the truth from the beginning and are going to help you get through this situation with this malpractice here. I think there might be something that says you had SARS or that you're a meth addict, okay, in your records, and I don't think you've ever had either. Honor your agreement, mission in motion, right after mission accomplished. Okay? You've done what you're supposed to do. Now sit back and let the wheels continue to turn. You've done your part. I believe whoever you are is the patient. I believe you're the one that was misdiagnosed on purpose. I believe you're the one who was accused of being an addict or having some sort of mental health or physical health symptoms that you didn't ever have, that you've never been treated for. I think there's fake shit in your records that this person put in yours so they didn't lose their job, okay? Like, I think this person literally swapped out a urine toxicology. Creative expression, the electric. It's hitting somebody like a bolt of lightning. Oh my God. Aha moment. Aha moment. Somebody that's within earshot remembers this person having to be on some sort of work monitoring for their addiction because they were open about it. They had to do a random drug test whenever they were asked to. This person worked in a place that does Utox screens and swapped it out for yours, collective. How creative. And like a bolt of lightning, fucked your entire life. Okay? How creative. Nurture your inner child and practice self-love. Your consistency, your standing up to a bully, you're standing up to this lie, you are defending your inner child. Okay, this is something that you had to do, was stand up. Like, you're not going to be accused of being an addict. You're not going to be accused of being sick. You're not going to be accused of being psychotic when you're not psychotic. You're not going to be accused of that. And so if you protected yourself, no matter if it came like a bolt of lightning for these people, you're not in the wrong. These people misdiagnosed you on purpose and committed malpractice to cover their own asses so somebody could keep their job for not being, you know, a dehydrated alcoholic or a meth addict or somebody like that. Okay? This person is pissed. They picked the wrong patsy. This person needs to go see the lady. Feminine twin, activating higher self and change your perception beyond illusion. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. You practice self-love and you took the high road. You took the high road and you let it go. You knew that somebody would see through the lie eventually. You knew that somebody would look at you differently if you took the high road and operated in divine feminine energy. If you practiced self-love and took care of yourself. If you, maybe you're too honest. Maybe you shock the shit out of people with the electric and your creative expression. That is your mission. Mission accomplished, mission in motion. You are doing what you're supposed to be fucking doing. These people misdiagnosed you. You speaking up because you've had to recover from the fucking gutter they put you in with all that misdiagnosis, all to keep somebody else's job, all to cover for a coworker with an addiction or a drug problem or an alcoholism problem. High priestess, expanding consciousness. Okay, so you're going from the feminine twin to the high priestess. Talk about divinity. Touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. Boom, there's that creative expression like lightning. Whoever this person was, they have to come speak the truth. Because everything that has happened to you since that moment, you've been misdiagnosed on purpose, medical malpractice, people using their spiritual beliefs or their religious beliefs to purposefully slow diagnoses down, refer you to the wrong places that they know are not going to help you, give you the wrong medications, overprescribe you till you almost die, all because somebody else didn't want to be seen as an addict and keep their job. I think that maybe people do need to look at this shit a little differently. You are enough, let go of expectations. 1111 on top of the Four of Wands. 1111. I think you walked away from the situation. You let it go. You hold no hope for getting justice on what was done to you. You hold no hope on it. But somebody's a nervous wreck for a reason. Shift or be shifted, spiritual awakening. Somebody's a nervous wreck for a reason. They know what was done to you was done on purpose. Willful neglect, misdiagnosis, improper medications, over medications, contraindicated medication after medication, pills for the symptoms of those contraindications, all to misdiagnose somebody for a coworker. Let's get this Masonic Tarot out and get some real juicy details. Let's get it. There's something about this person that's helping cover the situation up. They own stock in whatever medical conglomerate this is. FPO, first public offering. I think this person's covering it. The person that's covering up this shit for this employee is financially invested in the success of this medical group. Four of Wands in the reverse. Okay. This is bad. You're going to lose all their investment. This person's going to lose their house. They might have put up their home as part of this, like, investment. King of Cups is here. King of Chalices. Somebody controlled what was in the cup. Somebody controlled the flow of what was in the cup. Somebody switched the cup. This is the head person. They just switched the labels on the cups. Knave of Chalices in the reverse. Blame it on the courier. Blame it on the courier. We're just going to blame it on the courier for switching the labels. No, this is somebody that is intimately involved with this diagnosis. Intimately that's involved with this medical group. This is a partner in this medical group. Somebody that's heavily financially invested. Somebody that would have their house up as part of bringing this group up. This is like a managing doctor. This is somebody that sits on the board. Five of Swords in the reverse. You have defeated the final boss. David has slain Goliath. This is this medical conglomerate is financed a lot by religious donations. 10 of Cups is here. 10% of everything, 10%, 10. This is tithe. This medical group is financed by tithing. These people think that because they are religious that they can just not give good medical care to the people that they don't feel are righteous. This is some fucked up shit. Chariot in the reverse. We aren't going to do anything wrong to you. We'll just hold that off. We just won't get you diagnosis. We'll just hold you back. We'll just slow it down. We'll just lose your paperwork. We will just lose your referrals. We just won't refer you to the right places. 6 of Pentacles. Make sure that you have to pay a lot out of pocket, and we'll send you places that isn't covered by your insurance. All of these things are being done on purpose to look like they're doing their due diligence, but they're really purposefully misdirecting patients. 2 of Wands in the reverse. That don't have any other where to turn. No other hope, no other help. People have no other place to go because of their financial situation. So they're going to use these people to profit. 9 of Swords. There's the anxiety again. Oh shit. Can't live with the monster that we've become. Hanged Man in reverse. Can't stand people to see that things are like that on the inside. There is, I'm getting the word racketeering. I don't know why, if that has anything to do with this. I'm not sure if it applies at all, because I'm not a lawyer. But I'm hearing the word racketeering. These people are shaking patients down so they can get more money. They're not helping the patients. They're misdirecting the patients on purpose so they can keep having them come back over and over and keep making money off of them. The more we slow you down, the more times that you come in and we can charge your insurance, or we can charge you out of pocket, or we can back you into a corner because you have no other place to go, and we're the only place that takes what you've got insurance-wise. You're stuck. And then we're misdiagnosing and treating people improperly. We are not honoring our responsibilities at all. I don't like this medical group. It's like 5 of Pentacles. They literally put people in the poorhouse. They literally drive people into the gutter. They literally put people at rock bottom on purpose. Queen of Swords. So there's somebody that's, whoever you are, they did this to you because they don't like your attitude. They don't like your attitude. They don't like the way you talk. They don't like what you have to say. They're going to show you who's boss with this medical group because they're in control of what diagnosis has come to you. Misdiagnosed on purpose. Knight of Swords. Somebody's a little flighty. Somebody's ready to run. Somebody's terrified. Somebody feels like they're in the crosshairs. Whoever this is the one that decided you were distasteful. You were the one to fuck with. You were the one, look, you were the one they were going to take the sample from. You were the one whose sample got switched. You were the one whose messenger was supposed to be blamed, okay? This person had it all planned out. And other people within earshot know the truth about this person. They know what you said. They know that you've been put down here on purpose because somebody didn't like your attitude. Well, you know, if you're on meth, you're probably going to be challenged by somebody that doesn't, you know, roll that way. Two of Pentacles in the reverse and Ace of Wands. If you're drunk, you're probably going to be bothered when somebody says, I just don't drink at all. Oh, bullshit. Nobody doesn't not drink. Everybody drinks sometimes. Nope. Some people can't stand the smell of it because it triggers PTSD. Some people smell whiskey and want to fight instead of drinking whiskey and throwing hands. So, okay? Whoever you are here, this person is trying to run away from the disarray, imbalance, and sheer fucking... it's like they pulled the rug out from under your feet, knocked you down, kicked you while you were down, and then said you were the one that assaulted them so they can continue on with their way of being, okay? This was their bright idea. This was their way of keeping their job, keeping things status quo. You were the one they were going to throw under the bus. Too many cards. It's like, you see how many that is? I'm not pulling all that. I'll put it on top, though. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Look. Refusing to give you the diagnosis that you desperately needed. Misdiagnosing you on purpose. And refusing to give you the right meds. Giving you things you didn't need. This is orchestrated malpractice. This is not a fucking whoops. I missed something in a test. We saw some shit on the test and we're going to take a fucking wait and see approach for 15 years while this person declines because we want to misdiagnose this person on purpose to cover somebody else who didn't want to have a dirty UA. Somebody who wanted to manipulate the situation for their own benefit. Magic. Bottom of the deck, 4 wands in the reverse. How many fucking times has this showed up in the reading? Somebody's going to lose everything. Their house, their marriage, their community, their ability to celebrate. This person ain't going to have a happy life. They put you out in the gutter and you have had to be recovering for I don't know how long. Let's get some oracle on this. This is the Wisdom of the House of Night oracle. Fragment in reverse. Oh my God. Okay. Fragment in reverse, obedience in reverse, and vision in reverse. The whole deck is not in reverse. At the bottom of the deck, we've got understanding completely in the upright. So you're seeing this completely clearly. These people said you are fragmented, that you are schizophrenic, that you have a split personality, that you are a drug addict, that you are Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, that you are irreparable, that you won't do anything that they suggest, obedience in reverse. You won't take the meds. That's because you won't apply the proper tests that necessitate the meds. Vision in reverse. These people thought they were going to blindfold you to the fact that they literally misdiagnosed you and could never backtrack. You have a very clear understanding. Very clear understanding. Meditation. High Priestess of Air in the reverse. And Summon. Oh, shit. You have found some way of coping with some of the issues that you have had to recover and repair your life and find some semblance of peace with never getting justice in the situation. High Priestess of Air in the reverse, because somebody else is controlling the way everybody thinks about it with misinformation. Okay? You're about to get summoned by the court. A jury summons, or a what do you call it? A subpoena to testify. You're gonna have to put your truth in the matter. You're gonna be the one that gets to speak up on what was done to you and everything you have been through. And I think that there is a huge shift coming in your life. Hope just flew out. Like, you're gonna get subpoenaed, and I think that your story is going to solve this situation for more than just yourself. I'm getting like a Joan of Arc vision where somebody comes in and just does the right thing, and damn the fucking consequences. And denial in reverse. Somebody's denial, medical denial, is going to get reversed because of this diagnosis, because of this malpractice. Somebody was literally not getting a diagnosis they desperately needed, and it's about to be reversed because this malpractice is documented for over a decade. 12:22 on the clock. 222 is a change. 222 is a shift. 222 is shit or get off the pot. There is choices to be made, the right thing or the wrong thing. But right now, it's at a crossroads. Whatever way you go is going to determine your energy for this. You have given up hope, okay? And you're about to get some sort of a subpoena, and your denial is going to be reversed, and you are going to be able to just enjoy yourself. You're going to laugh your ass off. I think you're going to think the universe is playing tricks on you when this happens for you. Strength. You stayed strong through it all. There is a measure of this being done to you intentionally. There is a measure of this initially being to cover somebody's tracks. Nobody thought it would go this far, but there is a lot of people involved in the situation. People say maybe you're a meth addict. People say you got SARS, or you got some sort of a respiratory illness that you're spreading to people, or that you are, unwell mentally. And you very well could be unwell mentally because of the gaslighting and the medical malpractice and the misdiagnosis to cover somebody's tracks. You very well could be permanently fucking affected by that shit. And it could be making somebody very nervous. Thief in reverse and reincarnation. Whoever swapped your results and took your test results got a diagnosis that was meant for you, and you've been going without treatment the entire time, and now the situation is looping around, about to bite somebody in the ass. It's coming back to life, and it's got a whole new life of its own. The tomb. Something is being dug up from the past. Something old, something I'm hearing in the archives, in old archives, in relic records, paper records, not digital records. There is shit that has been kept out of somebody's digital records. The secret. Boom. There is something that has been kept out of somebody's digital records to make sure that something is slowed down for them. If it comes out that this misdiagnosis happened, door to dreams is what fell out. if it comes out that this misdiagnosis happened, how long you have suffered, everything you have been through, and like the physical ramifications, mental ramifications, long-term health consequences because of malpractice, you're never going to have to worry again. The door to dreams, you're gonna be able to do whatever you want every day. Every day. You want it, you got it. It's gonna be like 7 Rings from Ariana Grande. I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it. You're gonna be like that because of these people purposely. This was not an oops. This is a long-term orchestrated cover up and misdiagnosis on somebody intentionally. What is the first part of the Hippocratic Oath, folks? The Hippocratic Oath is what all doctors take and all nurses take when they get their license to practice. In what I do, it's also the same thing, but it's called the Wiccan Rede. Do as ye will and harm none. The first rule of the Hippocratic Oath is to do no harm. These people have created irreparable, life-altering, permanent, emotional, mental, physical, and financial damage to whoever you are to cover up for a coworker and their dirty piss test. Autumn. They didn't want him to take a fall. They love this person. Meditation. You have had to find some sort of peace. You've had to find some sort of hope. You've had to find some sort of coping mechanism. Okay, we got meditation up here as well. I'm going to have to call it after these 2 cards, you guys. My battery is on the red. We might have to do a continuation this evening. The Hunter. Oh, shit. Okay. The only way to make sure this goes away is if you completely go away as well. The Fall in reverse. They cannot take you down. They can't take you down. You see it every time. Foresight. You're gifted. You have some spiritual psychic awareness. Remember, they wanted to mischaracterize you, misdiagnose you on purpose. Mental health, schizophrenia, physical addictions, you're an alcoholic, you're a meth addict, you got respiratory infections, you're SARS, all of this shit, all to cover up for an employee's dirty U-Talks that they swapped with yours to keep their job. And they got your diagnosis and you have gone without it for umpteen years, months, days, weeks, whatever. I'd say that's pretty fucking irreparable. I gotta close because of the battery situation, you guys. We will pick this back up this evening or a little bit later after the phone is charged, maybe this afternoon, and we will find out what is going to happen for you and to these people who made you out to be a completely irresponsible human being while you were actually a patient that desperately needed their help. Okay, we're going to continue on a little bit later. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. You kick ass, you take names. And remember, if I can manage to be a piece of shit, not be a piece of shit. Ooh, maybe I can manage to be a piece of shit. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to learn. But if I can manage to not be a piece of shit, so the fuck can you. Okay, guys? Black Betty out.